Salina! Welcome to the scene. We have a 2-word theme program going on tonight.
Sweet.
All the things we're going to talk about, right?
Right.
Utah nurse.
Utah nurse.
Earth happenings.
Earth happenings.
Earth happenings.
Kid governor.
Kid governor.
And United Way.
Right.
2-word program. Don't go away. Come right back. You want to see what it's about? Let's get this thing rolling. There is a lot of bleep going on in the world right now. Right? There's fires.
Fires.
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes.
There's smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
Smoke.
There's North Korea.
Or smoke, are we talking about like in Colorado or are we talking other places? What are we talking about?
Lots of other places. There's additional types of smoke in Colorado right now. Fires and all this kind of stuff going on. What's going on around here? What's the deal? Bad karma?
It's the end of the world.
End of the world? I don't know.
Storms are stronger.
Way
Climate's
stronger.
changing.
There you go. There you go.
I'm not saying global warming is real or not real. People can believe what they want, but storms seem to be stronger now, or maybe there's better coverage of these storms. Although I heard that the storm they just had in Houston was the strongest storm on record.
Yeah, and now they're saying 2 storms of that magnitude with Irma coming in.
Irma.
Yeah, threatening Florida and the Caribbean.
Right.
2 storms,
Category 5.
Right. 2 storms of that magnitude, unheard of.
Unheard of.
In the same season.
Right.
So
Back to back in weeks.
What are we doing wrong? The universe is mad at us.
Wait, whoa, we're going there with this? God's mad at Texas and Florida?
No, I said the universe, Mother Nature. She's mad at us.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not really sure what we've done. Charles, what have we done wrong? What has humanity done wrong?
What have we done right?
What have we done right? Well, that's a fantastic question.
That's.
What have we done right?
We do
What have
things
we,
right.
What?
Well, some things.
What?
Well, there's a lot of good going on post aftermath of all
a lot of
this kind
giving
stuff. A lot of that good stuff
Well,
going on.
why was that not here? Did it have to take this for that to appear?
Sometimes it does. It takes that to bring it out of people, I think.
Isn't it funny that we're all on the same team after the hurricane?
Sure.
But before the hurricane and after the hurricane.
Come on.
Well, because it's every man for
I
themselves.
hate your guts.
It's every man for themselves
Until
I need you to help me.
Right. Until I need you to.
So maybe
get
that's
the
the
boat.
answer to your question.
That's it right there, right? Let's start helping folks before the storm. Maybe there'll be less storms.
And let's not be bad humans and start fires unnecessarily that damage a lot of property and really hurt a lot of national forests and just acreage and acreage of devastation out there going on all over the place. So no fireworks when it's dry. Let's not do that.
Bad idea.
Don't drive your car into a very dry field because that might ignite something.
Extremely bad idea.
Lightning strikes we can't do anything about.
No.
But we can definitely help with the human side of things before anything bad happens and help keep things safe out there.
So be a good person.
That's right.
Speaking of good people.
Who?
Oh, had a little incident up there in Utah, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, a little something went down up there.
What happened?
Should we name names? I got names. I'm gonna put some names out there. Apparently there's a policeman.
Should I get my stethoscope?
Jeff Payne is his name.
Oh.
And let me just kind of digress for a half a second.
Okay.
People named Jeff, they tend to kind of power trip a little bit, ego trip a little bit. Sometimes they say they can do a show all by themselves.
But they can't.
Sometimes they just don't think about anything. But apparently, had this policeman in Utah. Didn't want to follow the rules. Got a little rough with somebody, with a nurse. And now we got some problems.
Hey.
We're done, sir. I had administrative coming. Hey, sir.
Seriously. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Yeah, he was in the wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Because
Well, that hasn't been proven yet.
but no, she
I think it has.
she had a little piece.
They're under investigation.
We're investigated, but she
I don't
needed-
think they've actually came to the conclusion that he's wrong. I mean,
Well, the investigation is still going on. But
Right.
the piece of
Okay.
paper she had was that in order to draw blood from this accident victim,
Right.
he needed either his consent, which couldn't have because he was unconscious.
Right.
He was either under arrest, which he was not, or had a warrant.
Or a
court
judge.
order, right.
Right.
And he didn't have any of those.
Right.
Wanted to get this guy's blood. I'm not really sure why, because from what I understand, the other person hit him. So I don't know if he thought maybe that guy was intoxicated too or whatever. And she was, quote unquote, standing her ground. She actually used that term. I kind of thought, did she get lawyered up or what's going on here after that? Because she used that term later on. Anyway, so then he kind of grabbed her, handcuffed her.
Kinda grabbed her. It was
But-
more like a big old bear hug and then a
so
drag.
this is what I say though. We don't really know the whole story. We
saw a clip. We saw a clip. Right.
And when they get to messing with that film and words, it's not always right. Again, that's that news.
No, wait a minute. That was a police cam, though. You don't think they tampered with the police cam?
I think that they tamper with all kinds of cams.
So you think
I
they
don't
clipped
think-
this up to make that
I
guy
think-
look
no,
bad?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
You said it
But-
could happen.
Right. I'm saying it very well could happen.
Right.
I mean, and who would say that's wrong?
Right. We're living in a time where we are not sure that what we are looking at is what actually happened
Right.
unless we were there. But she did get handcuffed. We know that for a fact.
Right.
She did get taken to the police car. The headline on the video said dragged. I don't think she got dragged. I don't think it was that bad. She was a little traumatized because she was handcuffed.
Well, but she was forcibly removed from the
She was.
area.
But she didn't get shot.
No.
She's
she didn't.
alive.
No.
I mean, it could have went really bad, right? We've seen those
And we
videos.
don't know. Do we know?
Right?
Do we know exactly how she acted?
Well, she was kind of screaming a little bit in the video,
what
but
you
before
saw.
that,
Yeah, prior
before
to
that, I don't know.
Okay.
We don't know that.
Let's bring this down a notch. You guys are getting way worked up about this.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
No, listen. Here's the thing.
I know
the
that how they
rules were
do.
clear as to what he needed.
Yeah.
Right.
And he didn't have any of those things.
He did not.
So he takes it upon himself to
Right.
use his authority to go around the rules, which is wrong. And no matter what situation is, it's wrong. If you have rules that you need to follow,
Gotta follow.
especially
But that still
in a
isn't
legal
proven.
type setting.
You're making a statement, but is the statement really proven? That this whole thing is still under investigation, if I'm not correct.
It is. He's suspended right now.
Yeah.
He did get fired
Temporary.
from his job as a paramedic because apparently he said that he would bring transients to that hospital and take the good patients to other hospitals. And so he got
Okay,
fired
now
from his
see,
part-time job with
That's
that.
just a sore loser right there, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I
thank
guess.
you for agreeing
but,
with me.
But at that point in time, I mean, the blood and the juices is flowing.
The juices is flowing, but here's the thing.
And he's a Jeff.
I was gonna say, and his name is Jeff. I ain't gonna take that. Yeah, I told you I need that dude's blood. You better draw some blood, lady. That's what you just need to do.
That's just mean. There are.
Of course, I'm kidding. I don't want people like he's nuts. I'm just.
And I'm thinking it could be right, but I'm saying we have to really watch what we watch and say is correct.
We jump to
because we
conclusions
don't
too much.
see all of it. I tell this story every time. I got interviewed at the post office. They asked me these questions. When it came out on Channel 10 News, I said the commissioners were the worst thing in the world.
How could
I
you?
never said such a word. But they cut and spliced, and it looked just like I said it.
Is that like they do on the Jimmy Fallon show, where
It's
they
like
have
they
those
do
little
everywhere. It's like
clips
they
of
do.
things people don't say?
And so now you have a great distrust of the news. It's all fake news to you
But
now.
no, I'm not going to run out there and say anything because I don't want it chopped up to what they wanted to say.
Right. Right.
And I'm saying they show us what sells, not what actually.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that thing has had
Yeah.
Well,
a couple million views.
a couple million, but still, all in all, there's a better way to handle things than
Yes.
to get violent about it, or to make somebody get to the point where they're so upset that they yell and you know, their emotions and
Right.
their feelings get elevated. And he's a policeman, so he should be setting an example, right?
From what I saw, I would have to agree with that.
Okay. So
Not everybody
I'm
at
gonna
this
lean
table
way
agrees.
now. I'm gonna lean over on this side now, right, Charles?
I'm saying from what was visibly seen, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
But I think it's still under investigation.
All right. High five. We all agree.
Woo!
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back. Hey, our governor,
Yeah.
he's leaving, right?
Yay.
He's gone. Okay, so there's going to be a new governor,
Uh-huh.
right? We got lots of people running.
A lot of people. We got people already signed up to run.
Yes.
And we've got maybe intentional people.
Yes,
Yep.
and somebody who you kind of like, right?
Well, I don't know if I like him. I think it's kind of interesting.
Okay, well, tell us about this person.
Well, okay, so this younger guy,
Okay.
16-year-old
16.
from Wichita. His name's Jack Bergeron.
Jack Bergeron.
And he has decided to run for governor.
Good for Jack.
And he's got a running mate.
Running mate?
Yep.
Name?
His running mate will be Alexander Klein.
Love
Doesn't that
that name.
sound pretty like
Right.
presidential? and
That's
stuff?
a presidential name.
So
Alexander Klein.
Bergeron and Klein
Bergeron
for
and Klein.
lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
And they're going to run Democratic.
Democrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
wanted to laugh at
A-
that too. Yeah.
16 and 17. So
'Kay.
if elected or
If.
even on the ballot, they
Right.
can't. He won't be able to vote for
One of
himself.
them, he can't even vote for himself.
Right.
Right.
Right. But most people, well, some of the articles that I read thought that even if he didn't win per se or didn't get the nomination,
Okay.
it was a really good thing to have somebody of his age out there kind of making a statement and, engaging the younger population
Right.
in the political arena. So.
And he's got a good platform. I got some things on his platform right here. I
Yeah, I
kind of
know.
like it.
I
Well,
kind of have an
yeah.
idea what I think you'll like about this.
He wants to change health care.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Wants to legalize weed for medical purposes and look into possibly just legalizing it for recreational use.
Right.
16-year-olds all over the state are clapping about that. He's down with open carry as far as guns go. So
Yep.
he's not just completely pushing away the conservative approach. So I'm kind of
So-
with him on one of those three.
I'm sure you are. The open carry, right?
Yeah. All about that open carry.
No, but really, I mean, think about it.
Carry that bag of weed right down the street.
Yeah, I bet you
Just
would.
kidding, kids. Don't smoke weed. It's illegal. Please, kids, don't do it.
At least here it is. But anyway, so I think that our current political environment has prompted all of these people who have never had a political background, haven't even graduated from high school yet. I mean,
Right.
they're kind of all in on the, hey, I could do that. It's easy. I could do that.
How far are we taking this anybody can be anything thing?
Well, I think it's already gone too far.
Charles, been quiet.
I got to stand on
Ain't
this
heard
side now.
nothing.
I'm just listening to you talk.
Are you
I'm
are you
listening.
glad he's a Democrat, not a Republican?
No, I'm all in for it. I mean, I think that it doesn't matter. I mean, if he could do the job, if he gets out there, what was that, Josh Chavez or whatever he was?
Yes.
I think he was straight out of high school.
He was
when
18,
came-
wasn't he? 18.
Josh
Savati,
Savati.
when
yeah,
he
18,
came
19.
knocking on my door.
Yes.
He was, and
Grassroots
and now
campaign.
he's
I dig him.
I do too.
I dig him.
so I'm saying, how do we know until we see it?
Right. A little youth, a little injection of
It doesn't,
of
that
blood,
part of
young
it
blood in there.
doesn't bother me in the slightest, and I don't think I don't think it makes a difference in that you got to have some political background, because we all know political guys lie anyway, and that's the way it works. That's politics. I mean, and it's.
I remember saying that years ago, and you all just came at me.
No,
now everybody's on my
said
side
that.
on this.
I said that. I said the same thing. I think a few shows back, I said that they lie. We know that.
But they have to.
Right, all of them.
We can't be
and
told
then
the
they
truth.
think that they can do more than they can do.
Right.
He's thinking he can do all of those things.
He can't do none
but
of them.
unless the rest of the party agrees.
Right.
It
He
ain't
ain't doing
gonna
none of
happen.
that.
And it's
How's
the
that
same
going?
way with the presidency.
Right.
You can think you're gonna do something, but
Unless you can use executive order.
yeah.
Then
but
it
then that can
can't
be
be done.
changed
Right.
when the next executive order comes in.
Kinda like
All
it's
the
happening right now.
Yeah, all the executive order things can be swapped.
Right.
But to really get it done, you can't just say you're going to do it.
Right.
Well, would he even have a fighting chance if he's going to run as a Democrat? I mean, you know, Kansas is such a Republican state.
Well, it's not like we haven't had Democratic governors.
Well, I thought
mean, so
everybody's tired of the Republican thing.
I
We
don't-
are. We
Then,
are.
then why wouldn't you vote for a Democrat?
Well, I would, but
I
I
think
don't
people
know
are
if-
tired of one Republican in Kansas. That's all. Just one. I don't think they're tired of Republicans.
Yeah, I think
I don't
we're-
hear or see that.
I think we're tired of Republicans.
I think, no, it's only one guy.
Yeah.
Just one. Everybody's going to be happy when he goes away, and then boom, they're going to fall right in line and check that box with the R. Straight down the list.
Straight down the list.
Straight down the list.
Well, good luck to Jack. See how things go for him.
If he's on the ballot, I'm voting for him. Telling you right now,
Yeah,
Jack, you
right.
got one.
One.
JB, you got to vote, baby.
If he had an R, I probably wouldn't vote for him.
See, I told you it's all about being
That-
Republican.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens in 2018. And I think we need some fresh blood, whether
Fresh.
it's Jack or whether it's Josh.
Whether it's me.
Well, okay, might as well. Everybody else is doing it.
Right.
All right. Sign up.
How much it costs?
I don't know, but there's no age
I
limit,
promise.
so
I promise a chicken in every pot and a beer in every hand.
Hey!
Ask not what Kansas could do for you, but ask how much money I'm gonna take from the Koch brothers.
Jeff for governor.
Free the people.
Help us! Help us! We'll be right back. We talked with Amanda Michaelis from the Salina Area United Way about their 2018 campaign. Check it out.
Hey, I'm here with Amanda Michaelis, the executive director of the United Way. Hey, Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Kickoff campaign is coming up, right? Tell me a little bit about that.
It is. It's on September 19th at the brand new Hilton Garden Inn. So we're excited, and they're excited to have us as their first guests. We expect to have a couple hundred people there, and really this is the time where we kick off our fundraising campaign. Kind of announce to the community what our theme is, and really get started with fundraising for our community.
Okay, so the theme this year is
The theme this year is Small Acts, Big Impact. And so we're really focusing on the little things that all of us do that when you put those together, they really make a big impact. And so there's a couple of really fun things that are going to happen at the kickoff that I can maybe give you some hints about, but I can't reveal it.
Okay, I love hints. I love hints. Let's go with that. What have we got?
So the United Way really does a lot of work with community organizations collaborating together.
Okay.
So rather than single organizations in our community all working in solo, we really encourage folks to work together to make a bigger impact. And so we are going to have several projects that are going to be unveiled at our kickoff that really demonstrate the benefit of collaboration.
Okay.
And how we can have different people doing their own thing, but then when you bring it all together, it makes a much bigger impact. And so we have some a video that we have put together that'll be fun to unveil, as well as some collaborative artwork, I can say, that will kind of showcase talent that we have here in Salina.
Okay, now there's also a breakfast about that too, isn't there?
Yes, so the kickoff is September 19th, which is a Tuesday, 7 a.m., so 7 to 9-ish. We really try to get people sort of in and have breakfast and out so they can get on to work and not really disturb much of their work day. We have a real breakfast, as I call it. None of this little Danishes and yogurt. We're going to have bacon and eggs and fruit and coffee, obviously. Of course, we have to have coffee and juice and all of that. We're also going to, at the breakfast, award our Nancy Klostermeyer Volunteer of the Year Award. It is an annual event, and we are starting to have that award happen in conjunction with the Greater Salina Community Foundation. And so we will give, there will be co-winners this year of that award. So that will also happen at the breakfast. So you can get your belly full, get a few smiles, see some collaboration in action, and see, honor some volunteers who do a lot of work in our community. And then in part of that, the United Way has what we call our CAMO van, which is CAMO, stands for Community Action Mobile Outreach. And it is, as you might think, camouflaged with our United Way colors. And that camo van is going to tour around the community the week of our kickoff. So folks can expect to see that all around the community. It'll have some sort of information on it and really direct people to the website to learn more about the United Way, as well as give them an opportunity to give.
All right, well, thank you very much, Amanda. Really enjoyed this. Enjoy this wonderful building. You guys go to the website, check it out. A lot going on here at the United Way.
One man on a mission to help hurricane victims of Harvey. We talked to John Hendrick about his plan and how he carried that out over Labor Day weekend. Hey, John, thanks for coming on the show with me and talking about your mission over Labor Day weekend. What inspired you to collect items and make a trip in person? Why not just donate money?
Well, I mean, the deal is you see this stuff on television, and it got to the point where I couldn't sleep. And then I had a buddy say something on Facebook about, maybe we should just go down there. And I was like, you know what? What's stopping me? I've got 3 days off. I can get it done. That's just what I do. I mean, no matter what,
Right.
I'll go after it, And then we had some people post on the same Facebook page about how they'd love to actually help fill the truck. And from then it was on.
Were you surprised about the response you had for donations?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for the most part, usually these things take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks even. I basically said, look, I'm leaving tomorrow. Anybody that wants to throw in, we got to get it here now.
Did you have a particular location that you were targeting?
When I found out that most of the items were going to like Houston and stuff, I wanted to focus on the smaller towns that were having a harder time getting the supplies. So we picked out Beaumont or Port Aransas. It's when we got down there that we found out that we wouldn't be able to do that. So we actually went to Katy, which was a centralized drop-off location that dispersed to all the little towns on the southeastern side of that where it happened. Actually, the biggest obstacle was the fact that on the ride down there, I found out that, there would be no way I could get down there, actually into some of those more ravaged towns or places they really needed it. So it was a question of trying to find the right people to team up with to get down there, you know. So that was the hardest part, is to find them. And once I found them, though, I mean, everything went pretty smooth.
Were you surprised about the donations that you received?
The part that surprised me is how many people wanted to help with even fuel, feeding me when I was going down there, things like that. So I appreciated that a lot.
So what kind of items did you have in the back of your truck?
To start with, when I went down there, there's diapers, wipes, mostly baby toiletries, baby needs. And then once I got there, they had so much that they had to get down there, is when I hooked up with the other team and filled the truck. I mean, really filled the truck. We put in water, we put in toys for the kids, candy, little things to keep them occupied while they're in those evacuation centers.
So of the people that you encountered down there in Texas, how are the spirits holding up?
Actually, remarkably well. I expected exhaustion and basically desperation, not knowing what they were going to do. But really, people were very loving, very upbeat. Of course, they were still exhausted, but they were upbeat considering all that they had been through.
We think that a lot of times the small contributions that we make to these large people, these large things that are in need, that they really won't make a difference or go very far. What would you say to people who are on the fence about making a contribution to storm victims?
Well, the big contributions obviously get dispersed a lot to the bigger cities, but it's the little things that might help flip that switch for that one family. There's 200 families that were helped in the evacuation center, and I got to meet a lot of them, and they were so thankful. It was crazy. So they thanked me multiple times. They had me come in and do a prayer circle. They talked to me a lot. They showed me a lot of love, because those items were the ones going to their little bitty towns of 1,500 people, 1,000 people, 800 people, whereas the big stuff was all going to Houston, and it was harder to get those items due to the distribution methods. So those little things like that, I mean, it just takes a little thing, to change somebody's life forever.
Personal touch goes a long way.
That's right.
Well, thank you very much for what you did over Labor Day weekend. I'm sure all of those people were extremely happy to have somebody take the time to come down, show them a little love and support. I think that's fantastic what you did. Appreciate it. And thanks for coming on the show.
No problem.
Hey, thanks for checking us out one more time. We appreciate it. Had a good time bringing it to you. Charles, tell them how they can get in contact with us at the email.
The email, they can get in contact with us at the scene at salinatv.org.
Yep. Also, check us out on Facebook, The Scene. A lot of little clips and stuff going up there. You can check little pieces of the show out on Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook.
Everybody is. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on The Scene. Yeah, I feel like I had to do everything tonight.
You were jamming, man. You were on a
You
roll.
did good.
Yeah.
You don't have your name tag on or
Wow.
anything. I'm like, what? Is this Charles?
Wow.
How do we know this is really Charles with no name tag? Decline and
No other woman is gonna love you more tonight.
I'm telling him how to do his job. Huh?
Right, really? You're gonna tell him how to edit? Really? You gonna run the camera too? You wanna go in the booth? What you wanna do next, huh? You talking about me today. She's just taking over.